Hi guys, my name is Brian from Kings Motors. So today we decided to go and check up on one of the biggest yards in Eldoret Town, Uasin County, right here in Kenya. So we ventured into locating it first. We located it. It's along Ugandan Road on the outskirts of Eldoret Town. Here is where to find, and remember to follow us on all social medias and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
We're the last people standing, still dancing when the lights come on. The music is fading, but this is our favorite part. I used to feel like an outcast, but I think I'm alright after all. 'Cause you make me feel like I belong. You like me from me without all of the glitter, and you make me laugh just like a little kid. And all my insecurities just disappear when you're here with me. I've been a stranger to this feeling, never felt so high. Won't even care if you and I come crashing down tonight. I'll let it hit me, it feels different whenever you're around. If I'm blue again tomorrow, that's alright, 'cause I'm so damn happy now. When I'm at my darkest, you're always there to pick me up. I don't think that I'll tell you enough that I love you and how you light me up. I used to feel like an outcast, but with you I know that I belong. Like it's us against the world. You like me from me without all of the glitter, and you make me laugh just like a little kid. And all my insecurities just disappear when you're here with me. I've been a stranger to this feeling, never felt so high. Won't even care if you and I come crashing down tonight. I'll let it hit me, it feels different whenever you're around. If I'm blue again tomorrow, that's alright, 'cause I'm so damn happy now.
After we entered inside Smattkar Motors and requested for the necessary permissions, we were granted the permission to view Landcruiser J150 2014 model. And actually, this is one of the impressive cars that I've actually seen on the yard. The exterior, first of all, one thing that actually captivated me to this car is the big black glossy 17-inch alloy rims with some chrome finish on it. On the wheels there are disc brake. Both the rear and the front wheel, they have disc brake on each rim. That's one thing that is actually captivating again. Actually, at the back there's nothing much to it, but just for the looks, the car is actually impressive. That is according to us and how we viewed it. The white color actually gives in the rear lights actually given to. On opening the rear seat, we found out that this car was fully leather seats. The color we couldn't find out which color was that, because it was actually confusing. It was either grayish or near to black. As the saying goes, men are colorblind. But for general colors such as white and black, those are the only colors that we see. But for greenish, reddish, we don't see that one. The door handles had some wood trim finish, which was impressive, much impressive. Also, the middle seat on the backside had some isofix points. You can remove that. You can remove the back seat to actually look like an armrest.
You're running out my door and leaving me behind. I gotta get some answers before I go under, baby. My thoughts are running wild, spreading like a fire. I can't help but press your number. I call you every hour, but every call's denied.
The Selector had the same wood trim, but as I touched things around, I noticed that wood trim on the gear selector was more of material. That was not a wood trim, it was more of material colors, because it actually felt like leather on my arms. The way I felt it felt like leather. I've touched leather. Actually, we have a 8-inch display on the car, more storage space. Cruise control is also activated. The steering is power steering. There's cruise control. Those are some of the features that this car had. It has some more features such as AC, climate control, some 6-speaker audio system, panoramic sunroof. I don't know if it was a sunroof or a panoramic. I actually can't find out between a panoramic sunroof and a sunroof. If you know, comment down below. There's some storage space on this car, some parking sensors on it. The display is actually virtual display. It had some virtual display, airbags, of course. The color was actually giving in. The storage space was just many. The leather feel was impressive too. This ignition was a key ignition. It did not have that button ignition. It was a key ignition thing.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might bring. What the future might bring. I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters.
Heading to the back side of the J150. Actually, the car has enough storage space. There are no charging points on the car. That's one thing that I noted. There are no charging points at the back of the car. The leather upholstery was quite fine, a bit fine. Again, the looks was actually giving in, but take care. Looks are actually deceiving. One thing I did not like about this car is actually it's a 5-seater, but with a lot of space. It actually had a very huge, not huge. It had a massive boot space. And actually, as I was looking at some detailing, I found out that this car actually had a very low mileage. I can't remember the digits, but it did not even reach 150k. Taking in that it was a 2014 and a KD number plate. I had to remove my shoes because this car was sparkling clean, so that I could not dirtify it again. I'm 5'8" and I was comfortably seated on the left back of the car. A lot of spare legroom. Even if the seat was standard, it was just at the right place. There was a lot of legroom for me. Even the headroom was also enough for a 5'8". On closing all the doors on the car, I found out that this car is a vacuum, some kind of a vacuum. You cannot even hear somebody calling you from outside. Under the hood, the car had 3.8-liter V6 turbocharged engine that produces 771 horsepower and 281 lb-ft of torque. This torque is transmitted to all the tires via a 5-speed automatic transmission that actually gives that handling of the car. I kept on concentrating at the rims because it was actually giving. That was one of the things that I kind of find impressive on the car. And then they spotted those spots on the rim actually made this car to look actually fantastic. The all-terrain wheel, the 17-inch alloy wheel, was actually impressive. Not all-terrain wheel, the all-terrain tires.
In this world, but if you're young and smart, you should know better. Don't get laid back 'cause you're not that cool. Don't think you're safe and sound walking around breaking rules. I bet your parents are worried sick. That's not as cool as you think. Not as cool as you think. Yeah.
At the front, I actually found that the big black glossy grille was giving as well. It was actually impressive looking that it has this touch of another generation of the Landcruiser, of which I found it good. There's the LED lamps, the fog lights. It was impressive too, with some sensors, parking sensors on the rear camera. Pre-collision sensors was also available on the cars. Now, moving away from the car, let us now talk about what are some of the pros of these cars. What are some of the advantages that this car comes with? Actually, being an SUV with a good clearance, good approach clearance angle are enough. It is more practical since it can actually go in any terrain. It can go in any terrain. That's one. Another thing is that it has a relatively low maintenance cost. This car, of course, the Toyota, since it's a Toyota, most of part can be found locally. No need for importing any part, and it's actually that's an impressive thing to look, especially if you are looking to buy this car and then resell it. That's one of the things that you can see. And again, the resale market. This car, when you buy it and resell it, you can actually give, since a car is a depreciating asset. But on selling this car, you can actually be assured that it can go. Not it can go, you can actually be able to sell it. Another thing is, let's talk about the cons now. No, still on the pros. This car has some safety features such as stability control and traction control. Then there's multiple airbags and parking sensors that will enable you not to collide any part of the car. Heading to the cons now. It's not particularly fuel efficient. Actually, on the road, this car can be this car can be dusty. And then since it's a premium SUV, there's the sense of high price tag. The handling, since this car is a very huge car, it has a less stability on the road, especially on high speeds. Some competitors of this car are the Mitsubishi Pajero, the Nissan Patrol, Ford Everest, Rover Discovery, Lexus GX. Giving its value for money, in the Kenyan market, 2014 model actually ranges from 5.5 million to 7.4 million. The car is available, and I think that's it. If you have liked this video, consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. Thank you guys. Remember to follow us on all platforms at Kins Motors, on every channel, on every social media, not channel, on every channel. Thank you. Let's meet up again on another review we did on Smattkar Motors.
Don't think you're safe and sound, walking around breaking rules. I bet your parents are worried sick. That's not as cool as you think, not as cool as you think, yeah. Don't get laid back 'cause you're not that cool. Don't think you're safe and sound, walking around breaking rules. I bet your parents are worried sick. That's not as cool as you think, not as cool as you think, yeah. That's not as cool as you think, not as cool as you think.